welcome back to Sassy's Tarot Podcast. You know who it is, your girl, Saby. And here we are with another episode. Back with a soulful check. Now listen, today's topic, healing isn't pretty, but it's powerful. I'm also going to say, go ahead and light your intention candle. If you're into candle magic, aromatherapy healing, preferably from Sassy Essentials by yours truly, Saby. And let's talk about what healing really looks like. Not the Instagram version, okay? Because baby, it's not all essence, journaling, and main character energy. Sometimes healing looks like crying in your car, blocking people mid-text, right? Or realizing that your peace is louder than your people, okay? Than our own people. So I'm gonna title this first part. I would say it's called The Illusion of Pretty Healing. Okay. I've got my notes here, got my coffee, got my child running around if you hear her or see her. But yeah, you ever scroll online and see people saying that healing is a soft girl era. Healing is luxury. Okay, but what about the nights you're literally like breaking down, like you're in a telenovela extra, right? A soap opera extra. Healing isn't cute all the time. It's ugly crying. It's realizing your toxic trait wasn't them. It was you. Sometimes. And that's okay. Because the moment you stop trying to look healed and actually be healed, that's when your real glow up starts. And don't get me wrong, self-care is beautiful, but love, face masks don't fix the emotional trauma. Now, I want to say part 2, the messy middle. Let's talk about the in-between, all right? That part of healing where you're not who you were, but you're not yet who you're becoming either, right? Woo. That's the part that no one posts about. You might wake up one day feeling strong. I'm over them. I'm healed. I'm brand new, right? And then the next day, you're crying to old voice notes, messages, you're sniffing, crying, you're wearing your hoodie, sniffing stuff, you're retracing back, like what wasn't said? What did I not say, right? What did I miss? Was there something, like you're literally replaying the last moments in your head. You're trying to understand and break down what was said in the last conversation that wasn't what it seems like a closure. You're trying to do the detective work, right? And guess what? That's okay too. Because healing comes in waves, right? And some waves, they slap, right? But you ride them anyway. Because every wave that knocks you down is teaching you, hey, this is how to stand a little bit stronger for the next time. Healing and accountability, I would say, is next. Let's be real for a second, right? Healing requires honesty. And sometimes that honesty hurts, okay? You have to say, I chose that situation. I ignored the red flags, which we know are many red flags, but we don't always see them, right? I let my boundaries slide. Oof. Right? And that hurts. That's when you want to run back to distraction. Sound familiar? Netflix, new people, overworking, overgiving, all of it. I know this resonates for many of you, but true healing says, nah, sit with it. Sit with it. Because once you face your own reflection without flinching, that's when the real magic begins. And you know me. In my past videos, if you've seen them, I'll always say this. Healing isn't about being soft. It's about being solid. Self-love, self-care is internal. It is not external. It is not dressing up super cute, looking real handsome, getting the coolest haircut, dyeing your hair blonde, or dye it red, trying to have a moment of this and that. That's not what it is. It has to be done with the internal work, the deep conversations, the tough conversations, the breaking down and analyzing the situation, right? It is all of that stuff. Let's switch gears for a second, okay? Y'all know I'm spiritual, right? Well, when you start healing, the universe will literally start rearranging things for you. People will fall off. Jobs will crumble. Old versions of you will start to itch, right? Like a sweater that doesn't fit, right? And you'll be like, why is everything falling apart? What happened? Well, that's because it's supposed to. You asked for peace, but peace can't come if you're still holding chaos at hand. Like this, hands together. Like you're in a relationship. That's your glow up, okay? The glow up phase. Not the lashes and lip gloss, but the energetic upgrade. For the men, something super cool, glasses and the nice cologne. That's when your light gets brighter though, okay? And people who live in darkness start squinting around you, right? The the haters, as we would say, the people that judgmentals, all the opinions. Don't dim yourself though. Let them squint. Let them see and observe what's going on. Why are you moving different? Why all of a sudden you woke up today in a different mood, right? Let them feel that energy of some positivity that maybe they need themselves, okay? I title this Humor and Healing. I have some self-care cards here for you guys, of course, at the end. I'll be reading out. So now, let's sprinkle a little laughter in this mess, okay? Because honestly, healing has its funny moments too. Like when you swear you're over someone until a song comes on and you're suddenly performing a heartbreak concert in the shower, or when God, your spirit guides, whoever you may pray to or talk to at night, right? They're clearly trying to teach you that patience, right, is key. But you're like, universe, please, come on. Can I get the lesson without the struggle this time? Sound familiar? Seems too common for many people, I would say, in my opinion, but we've all been there, right? And then God says, spirit guide, etc., says, whomever, nope. Nope. And you know what? It's okay to laugh. Honestly. Because it's okay to laugh while healing. You're freaking human, right? And humor is a literal medicine for us. Sorry guys, if you are watching, I've had to rearrange my clips because I have my baby running around and I don't want her to restrict you guys from the message here, from the lesson today, right? From our real talk. And if you're listening, no worries for you, okay? But no, see, the power is in the process, okay? Here's the truth. The power doesn't come after you've healed, right? It's built while you're healing. It's every time you say no, right? When the old you would have said yes. It's every boundary you keep, every tear you wipe for yourself, and every lesson you actually learned instead of repeat. And when that day comes, when you catch yourself not reacting, right, to the way you used to, that's your quiet victory right there. That's your power. So if you're listening right now and thinking, I don't even know I don't even know if I'm healing right, let me tell you this. If you're aware, if you're trying, if you're learning, you are healing. Simple. You are healing. You're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly what you probably wanted to be. You're exactly at the moment where maybe your breaking point of healing is there. You watching this video is you making the effort. It's the curiosity. It's the chance and the risk of trying to understand. It's the not letting go of yourself, wanting more, wanting to be better. And some of you watching need it the most right now. Whenever you find this, right? This is one tool out of maybe many. Maybe you've watched millions of videos of this. Maybe you've heard it in different forms. You know, maybe you haven't watched something, you've been doing the work in other ways. Maybe you were doing the work assuming that, like I've said, it was all external, self-care, self-love, pampering, shopping, telling people off, blah blah blah, all of that, even trying to go back to the situation. But those were all steps and things that were necessary to be part of the process to reach to where you're going to end at. Don't rush it. Don't compare it. Just keep showing up. Because healing isn't pretty, right? It's not all shiny and glossy. If we were doing tarot, anybody that's aware, it's not that 7 of cups, okay? Where everything that shines or that glitters isn't gold, right? But it's divine power, divine timing, your guides, God, whoever you go to for your safe space, safe place, your healing, hiding. Like I say, here is a safe space, right? They're going to allow you, the universe, the divine, the creator, is going to allow you to reach that point after you've done the work, after you've gone through the process, after you've hit rock bottom so many times and picked yourself back up. No matter what, you don't give up. And I'm going to give you guys a self-care card, and then I'm going to say a few extra pointers, and then we're out. Okay? You know me, I gotta do my tarot a little bit. And you'll usually find that in this channel. We're always gonna give a card of affirmation, or a self-care card, a tarot reading, an advice, whatever it may be, right? Because here, this is what we're doing. We're doing the work. So we have charming. Positive affirmations. And soak in a bath. And these 3 were the cards that pulled out. I didn't want to do too much and I didn't want to do too little, so I gave you just right. Right? And I think these are all beautiful. They're all beautiful. They all make a difference. If you're not watching, I was just showing the cards here, but these cards are beautifully illustrated. Positive affirmations, you have a divine lady here, feminine energy, who has her third eye awakened, or is awakening it, has all these beautiful affirmations like, I love myself, right? Brave, beautiful, worthy, grateful, healthy, happy. I choose love. And that's funny because she reminds me of me, where I got tattooed on my arm, self-love, because that is the answer. Other illustration was soak in a bath. You have your 2 toes in the bathtub with all your wonderful aesthetic products, a candle like from Sassy Essentials, your favorite soak bath soap, crystals, little essence and scents that spark up the mood if you're not doing a candle. You guys can look into, if you haven't already done, like rituals. This is self-care rituals. This isn't going in the forest and causing a sacrifice. You know, people over push. I definitely want to make an episode about what spirituality, witches, and all that stuff means, and blah blah blah. Let's go way back in time. But no, the ritual bath is for yourself. You know, everything you do is a ritual in an essence. So if you haven't already, a simple way, advice here from guides, from your guides, the divine, is a ritual bath, because there's all kinds, like you can look online, you have people that already kind of prepared it for you with the stuff you can put in, but no, like lavender, right? Eucalyptus. They have, if you can go to Walmart, Dr. Teal's, and they got eucalyptus, peppermint, etc., blah blah blah, the whole set for the collection to relax you, to do exfoliation, all of that. You need to fully relax in that bath ritual, that bath time for yourself. Meditation, yoga, putting calming music, YouTube style, you know, they have beautiful sounds that you can use, right? So many little nicks and tricks. You know, I use this app called Lemonade, not sponsoring them, but I had to talk about it. I absolutely love it. Think of like an Instagram or some sorts, but like self-care, people that work and doing decorations in their home, they give you tips and tricks. They, you know, the meals, like everything girly under the sun, everything useful and essential under the sun is there. Just look it up, Lemonade. And so affirmations coming out here, since I didn't break it down for you, Spirit is saying, aside from soaking in a bath, which mentally apparently is super needed here, or it's a simple trick that's gonna put you in such a mood. They have frequency sounds on YouTube. The affirmations are extremely, like, number one, important. Okay, because telling yourself all those beautiful words, like I had stated, is literally empowering. You know, even if you don't believe it, because when people here, they're not as confident, right? Been bullied so long, and we don't just mean like being bullied at school. Like, there's so many ways to be bullied, right? Or abused, emotional, verbal, mental. Abuse is not only physical, by the way, but affirmations, like going to the mirror, telling yourself, hello, good morning, you're so cute today. You need that confidence boost. You telling it yourself, you fake it till you make it. Tell yourself so many times, yo, you're funny, you're beautiful, you're special. Don't take people's crap. No, today you're gonna drink that extra cup of water today. You're gonna, I don't know, go in your closet and throw out things that you don't need anymore. Literally, eventually, will become a new part of you. You just start doing it naturally. And so we also had chanting. And for those listening, there's like a girl on a yoga mat. She's literally sitting there looking like she's doing kind of like a Reiki type of vibe, because you have her showing here like she's, what's the word? Relaxing her chakras. And that's so important, okay? If you don't know about Reiki, if you don't know about chakras, if you don't know about that energy healing work, I would strongly advise you do. There's so much content on YouTube. There's so much content in books, and there's so much information in books and stuff. But I know people usually are on YouTube. I would say chanting, again, those affirmations while you're doing the meditation, the yoga, the relaxation, which that's what Spirit is saying, the divine is advising. While you're chanting positivity and going to try to relax yourself, trying to go into a place of disconnecting from the everyday mess that is causing issues. What happens is, if you are allowing yourself, opening yourself to disconnect from all of those burdens that are causing such negativity. You're then opening yourself to the good vibrations, the energetic vibrations, the confident vibrations to attract to you. Everything here is connected to manifestations, right? Intention settings. That's why my candles, I am like so excited about them and what they can offer, the service and the product. Because not only is it intentional, it's luxurious, it's pretty, it's an aesthetic. Because we can look good and feel good, and we're good. Everything is not about the riches, you know, but we have to do the internal work. So when you allow all of these vibrations and frequencies entering you, what does it do? It's like a detox. It starts to remove and push out all of that toxic waste of mental and spiritual thinking, which then releases out to the physical toxics. You know, sometimes people, the most stressed people easily gain weight. If they're not sleeping good at night, they gain weight. You know, if they're around the wrong people, they're bringing in all kinds of crap, they'll gain weight. That's just an example, okay? And what do I mean by that? Not just weight aside, they might lose so much weight, which is also not healthy. They might physically, their skin might be breaking more. They might have infections and diseases more catching on. Who knows? You're around all of that toxic stuff that is not just a physical thing. It's an energy thing, we want to say. There has to be a balance. So we have to detox all this. And that's why the universe, God, the divine spirit, etc., whatever it may be, whatever the case may be, right? And make a shirt that says whatever the case may be, is advising that that's such a good way for this healing journey. That is such a key core. And then you have religions that are against yoga, meditation, etc. Honestly, I think that's part of one of the things that they give for religions, for control. That religion, whatever it may be, needs control over its group, over its masses, over its population, whatever. And so that's one way. Let's not allow you to leave this physical form, your everyday stress. Let's keep you in it. They don't allow you to leave your physical form, your connection in the matrix, this world, and that's one form. The thought of being allowed to be connected to, if anything, where you came from, or that energy, mental state of peace within from these everyday problems is almost blasphemous, right? You'll pass away and you'll be punished for all eternity. Here's the reality. We need to learn to critically analyze, deep think certain structures and strategies and things, propaganda that they're selling to you, to us, that they're telling us. We are designed to be told, this is what this is. This pen is pink. You listen, you don't question, you obey, you accept it. You are not allowed to question anything about this pen, because we made this pen long time ago when life was completely different and has evolved through the years, whether it's right or wrong, whatever, and therefore there is no questions. Okay, I'm not trying to have anybody get into a conversation on religion and politics. This is a safe space. This is a spiritual space. This is a holistic space. This is a space where people are not being judged because they don't believe what every single other person is being indoctrinated to do so. That's society. We're not here for society. We are here watching this video today for self-healing, self-work, doing the internal work, allowing the universe to give you signs that this is the way to go. For me, a sign I've watched is angelic numbers. I'll see it: 333, 444, famous 111, 222, repetitive. The time, the wall, something was there, street, when you're walking down, maybe somebody posted something, whatever the case may be, and the date, and you're like, and it's something repetitive, and it's not always the same numbers. It could be different numbers. Earlier I saw 222, in the afternoon I saw 444, right? And what does that mean? Why people are so famous with the line of the timing of 11:11? Look that up. So this is all about energy and frequencies. That's why there's people that do Kabbalah, which many celebrities do, by the way. All of this is homework and time, but we're not here to chat away about that. We're here to take the advice the universe said, chanting, doing yoga, meditation, taking that time for that little bath that maybe you need, self-care. And in all of that work that is external, we need to focus on internal. That's it. That is it. To say this quick thing to end here, I was watching a reaction video of this guy, and he was showing this girl who, I don't know, she had made like a journaling video, and she looked all happy and cheerful. And like after her last video, 15 minutes later or so, supposedly she took her life. And the things she was saying honestly made so much sense and questioning that some people would find that insane. Oh, she was insane, she was mental. No. She was awakening into the matrix. She swallowed that red pill. That's what I saw. And I saw somebody who needed help, somewhere to turn to. And it seems like there was no one. Where was her family? Where was her friends? Where are they now? Are they beating themselves up for that? And I want to bring that guidance into this message into today to my viewers. This is a safe space. Once again, you need to reach out. I'm here. People here, my channel might be here for you. Look for someone. Sometimes a stranger is that person. It's okay to feel like this matrix, this world, this society, etc., that the people in control are making you feel cornered. There's no way to turn. And if it's not them, it's again the love life. Oh, but I've gone through all of this. You could have been in a relationship for years, and the relationship went to crap. You know what? You don't give up. You keep going. That had to end. That had to teach you lessons. You're literally in this game for lessons. There's gonna be a more bad than good. Something my parents always told me, but also what I've heard. And I've analyzed, and it's the truth. Every time you think you're so up, sometimes the universe, etc., would just throw you down. And you're like, why? Why? At some point you'll see. Even when tragic events happen with loved ones, sometimes that was part of their game that they're in themselves. They're in here to play. Sometimes it might be such a delicate topic, a very young person, they passed away. That freaking sucks so bad. You want to give up. No, you need the spiritual guidance. Even a celebrity I'm not a fan of who's in the Kabbalah. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to give her credit, but sure. Madonna. She was giving a whole interview the other day. And the one thing she said is, like, you guys have to find spirituality. Not religion, spirituality. I'm not saying here that I agree with her complete ways and what she has to do. But it's, I think it was on Unapologetic podcast show. Is that on YouTube here? But it was very interesting analyzing. The one thing we do have in common for whatever type of witch she is versus me, that it's true. You need spirituality. You cannot walk around here with a physical thing or just seeking into a book that was made for whatever purpose. Because at the end of the day, you can fight head hard, cold hearted in this defending that book, let's say, whatever the books may be. But you don't know the reason, the intentions, right? Intentions, frequencies, energies, the intentions behind that. You don't know what the end goal was for that. You understand? What we do know is that you can grab an evil object, let's say, and put it for purpose of good. I know that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense, okay? You can grab that book and turn it for useful notes and guidances. But a lot of the other things, we need to almost like reinstall our minds, our memories. What exactly is correct, you know? This self-healing journey, part of it is literally figuring out what you're supposed to believe in, what you're supposed to dream in, you know, what goals you want to accomplish, what is the mission. Sometimes you cannot go into deep. This girl obviously went too deep, and then she didn't know how to process it. So you have to take going down the rabbit hole into like little spoon-filled bites. Give your time to digest that and try to process it in an enlightened way. So she received this information, it's very obvious, from looking around, from who knows how. And instead of her, the missing key was to now re-manifest your life in a different light. She made it seem like there was no good ending. That's what I don't want for my viewers. I don't want everybody here or whoever's watching to disconnect themselves as they're becoming healed, as they're becoming enlightened. And that is what I don't want for my viewers, my subscribers, whoever you may be, to feel like you're cornered or you've given up and this is your last chance. I watched this video and I still don't feel nothing. Let me disappear. No, you cannot disconnect because it's not worth it. You have to complete your lessons, your mission, why you came here. Even on tough days and situations, you have to keep pushing forward. And it's literally like trying to break a puzzle book, figuring out a Rubik's cube, and you're not going to figure it all out. And in one day, you're not going to be able to get all the answers and all the, you know, wealth and whatever. That's not how it is. This is a life journey. Self-love is a life journey. Life itself is a battlefield. This is hell. That's how I see it. People are like, oh, when you go, you either go to heaven or hell. Whatever that view may be, respects to your opinions. Please respect mine. Because we always find those viewers that are like, yeah, no. Listen to what I'm actually saying. This is like hell on earth. Hell is here. And they don't want to tell you that, if anything. Because the amount of things that you have to go through is crazy. I was listening to, last note here, to a tarot reader who is leaving. And she also had podcasts. And she was stating something so true. Oh, you know, social media, I would be scrolling through stories. One minute I see happy dogs playing. The next minute I'm seeing somebody getting thrown off of a car, you know, off a bridge. A news report. Then we're back to happy puppies and kitties. And it is very draining and overwhelming. And I know you guys, a lot of you can resonate to that, right? Here's what sucks. When you are a operator for emergencies, when you work in the airline industry like me, when you've done certain jobs and routes that require having to handle up and down, up and down, up and down, and you have to compose yourself and you have to handle it and you can't break out because then these people, you know, whatever customer service or situations needs to be completed. It is so draining. So when you do watch social media like that and people that are in these fields and handle things, even like a therapist or whoever are in these fields, we've had to learn to almost become numb to it or accept it. It is what it is. But you also learn something from that. Every story is different. And one thing is true. When people say there's always somebody doing worse than you, there's always somebody doing better than you as well. You need to not focus on that. You need to learn gratitude for where you are. You're in this level right here, and maybe it just requires 2-3 more jumps till you get to the next one, and you're gonna keep going. And you'll see somebody super high up there, but you don't know the amount of work and time and effort that it took for them to get there. And some of them do have it easy. They do get like spoon fed into it, but then they still gotta maintain this thing. They still gotta keep pushing and doing stuff to stay up there. It's not like you're set in stone and you're done. And let's say they didn't have to do anything. When they go back to the collective, the universe, the divine, where they came from, the creator, they're gonna be asked, and what did you learn in this lesson of life? What did you get in this round? Do I need to throw you back in? Did you not accomplish what you need to be? I might throw you into something even harder. Because look, this is all about challenges. And if there is no bad, there's no good. There's no use of good. If there's only good and there's no bad, there's no point of life. The yin and the yang. Apparently this message had to go out to those that needed it. But I wanted you to understand how deep. Don't feel like giving up. You always have to keep going. Even, matter of fact, if you cannot handle certain things, don't dig in that deep. Because once you go in, you can't go back. Now you have to handle things in a different clarity. Now you have to go into things with a more advanced mindset. And you have to keep pushing because you can't go back. There's no way to deprogramize yourself from where you're standing. So focus on your life, what you have going on, do what you need to do. And yes, around you, there's gonna be so much unfairness now until the end. Are you gonna be able to handle that? So then don't go into it. Don't worry about it. Let that group toxicate themselves, not you. Okay, not you. That's it. So we are here at the end. Thank you guys so much for listening, for tuning in. I know this was long and it went deep in, but I just had to bring this out into my channel. And we're gonna have more wonderful podcasts of all kinds of topics, but I felt like bringing that in. Okay, you guys need to take care of your energy, protect your peace, and remember, the glow comes after the grief. And one more thing, if you need something to set the mood while you're in your healing era, go ahead and light your candle. Candle magic is awesome. It's aesthetic as well for those that are like, I don't like candle magic. You need a candle for so many different things. But you know, even when you walk into Bath and Body Works, Yankee Candle, etc., and you smell that stuff, set the mood, no? But you can come try one of mine, okay? It's made to help you manifest a little boost to believe. So thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Hey there, beautiful souls. Today, let's dive into the enchanting world of aromatherapy with our Sassy Essentials candles. Picture this. You light a candle, and as the flame dances, it melts away your worries, creating a serene space for your intentions to flourish. These aren't just any candles. They're infused with carefully selected essential oils that uplift your spirit and elevate your mood. Whether you're seeking clarity, relaxation, or a burst of creativity, there's a scent that resonates with your desires. As you set your intentions, let the warm glow and delightful aromas guide you on your journey. Embrace the magic of the moment, and remember, you have the power to manifest your dreams. So, grab your favorite candle, light it up, and let the good vibes flow.